Hi everyone, my name is Crystal and I am an account manager with AgentLocator. I wanted to thank you personally for opting in to view our demo. I am trying this for the first time, just having it as a convenience of uploading it to YouTube so you can watch it on your own time rather than having to sit down and schedule a time. I know how hard that can be in the real estate profession. If at any time you do want to schedule a call with myself to discuss any of our services specific and cater to your needs, I'd be happy to do so. On this call today, what we're going to do is I'm going to run through our services and how they're going to benefit you. Overall, at AgentLocator, our main goal is to assist our clients with lead generation, managing their leads and contacts, nurturing them, and essentially converting them. A little bit of background information on myself. I've been in the real estate industry for several years, started as a home stager, worked my way up into an office as an administrator, licensed commercial assistant. Then I went and joined as a top producing team as a licensed inside sales associate, and that's how I became aware of AgentLocator. This top producing team did use AgentLocator, so I was using it on a daily basis. So not only am I speaking from on behalf of AgentLocator, I actually speak on terms of experience in using the program from a professional standpoint. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen with you. We're going to run through the different options. Don't worry, I will send you all over a copy of all the pricing and details in an email after this, so that you can click through and sort out and figure out which options would be best for you in your business. So with AgentLocator, what we have are different levels of websites, essentially, and some of our clients come in looking for a website. Some of our clients come in looking specifically for leads. So whichever way you're looking to come in, we can adapt to that and serve you most, essentially. We can do that. So this template site, we do have different levels of sites. So this is a template site. We offer a semi-custom and a full custom website as well. So with the template site, you do have some limitations just because it is a templated website. But as you can see, overall, you're able to achieve a website that's going to look nice, it's attractive to the visitors, and it's easy to navigate through is the most important, one of the most important factors. So regardless of which website option you do come in with AgentLocator, you do have all the features that I'm going to discuss here. So you don't have to come in at a certain level in order to gain these options. So with AgentLocator, one thing that we are known for is our leads. So you do, as an agent, have the ability to do lead capture on your website. Whether you're paying for that traffic or you're self-driving, it has the ability to capture leads. And it does this in two separate ways. So one way you have is through forced registration. So the forced registration on your website limits how many listings a user can look at before the system is going to force them to register. This is 3 listings or 20 photos, whichever comes first. This right here is not forced registration. This is simply a setting that's hiding these preview pictures in the back end. A user can go in and view a listing, as I mentioned, 3 times or 20 photos. You can go in and adjust those settings if you wish to do so. However, we've been running this for several years and done some tests as to which settings seem to bring over the most results, and the settings that we have them at have achieved this. Now, each listing that is presented on your website will have all the details as found on realtor.ca, and it is presented as if it would be your listing. So your information and contact details would always be presented with each and every listing. We do have a full prep and IDX file feed, the Vancouver feed, Calgary, Edmonton, and those people that are outside of those areas, what we're doing is we're running a CREA feed. So you don't have to ever manually add listings to your website ever again. They'll come in directly through the feed. And if you do have a listing, let's say that's exclusive or coming soon, you do have the ability as well to add in exclusive listings that would also carry that same lead capture capability. Another way that you do have the ability to capture leads, and that is built into your website, are the landing pages. So here you have Homeworth. There's two versions of Homeworth. You can use one or both, really entirely up to you. Now you can edit these pages, so changing the images, what it says, colors. Some people will even put it on their own domain. So if you're one to do flyer drops, door knocking, that sort of print marketing, you'll be able to, you can assign a domain specific to this so that users go right to this page instead of having to navigate through your website to find it. So this is one version. The second version of Homeworth is this one here. This one I personally prefer, but at the end of the day, it's your business and what you're looking for. This one, again, you can edit it. And what's pretty neat about this one is a user would go in and they would enter their address into the system. They select their property type, and then they get a report. And what it does is it locates that address. It then searches within a 700-meter radius around that home to see what's currently on the market. So based off the listing activity in that neighborhood, it produces this estimated value. So these prices here are reflective of active listings right now. And you can change this. It doesn't have to say estimated value. You can change it to say whatever you want. Nonetheless, if a user wants an accurate evaluation, they would complete the form and you would get notified of a new seller lead. Now on any of our landing pages for sellers, the first step of this form is the user putting their address in. So even if the user puts their address in and doesn't give you their contact information, the system still captures the address for you. So if you are a door knocker, you now are going to have some addresses that you can target, meeting these homeowners face-to-face, and often that's enough for some individuals to encourage them to actually set up a time for a home evaluation. Another home seller landing page you have is very similar to this one. However, it's condo specific. So we call it our condo worth. The only difference on condo worth is they're putting in their building address and their unit number. So when the system is getting that report ready and it's searching for those active listings, it only searches in that specific building to pull any listings that are currently on the market. So those are your home evaluation pages. Another great feature we have is Street Match. So Street Match is a powerful tool when it comes to sellers that perhaps were more or less curious about their home value, not really dedicated to a home evaluation. It's a great feature if you do door knock. It allows you to offer an item of value to those homeowners. It's also a great feature for your past clients as well. So it's exactly what it says it is. It's an instant update when your neighbors are selling. So users can come onto your website and enter their information in. You also have the ability to manually add users in the back end. So if you are door knocking, you don't have to worry about bringing a tablet or anything with you, just a pen and paper and grabbing those individuals' detail. So what this does is when you put someone's address in, you can select either a radius around their home, a specific street, or their building address. Then anytime a listing comes on the market that falls within that parameter it's set, it sends that potential seller the listing details. So now you're staying top of mind because this information is coming from yourself while you're providing an item of value. You're sending those potential sellers the listings of those homes that are going to directly impact the value of their home. For past clients, you can set it so that it only sends it out monthly rather than every time a listing comes on the market because you don't want to bombard them, but it will keep you top of mind. And perhaps depending on the area that you sell in, you may be showing them month over month how their home may be appreciating in the current market. Finally, you have your buyer's landing pages. So buyer's landing pages are interactive, and it's exactly so they're signing up to get listings in their inbox. So we keep this pretty straightforward. We do not want to bombard them with a series of questions. Most people don't have time to fill out a long questionnaire. We keep it short and sweet and to the point. So we're asking them the location, the style of home, the price point, and bedrooms and bathrooms. Once the user completes this form, they're automatically added to a buyer's drip campaign that consists of listings and follow-up emails. So within the first 5 minutes, the CRM system that's included with your AgentLocator site is going to send them the listings that match the criteria that they've entered. So even if you're out and about, or if it's in the middle of the night, you know that this potential lead has already got listings sent to them. So now all you have to do is follow up with that lead, gain more information about their home search criteria, and you'll be able to refine their search in the back end so that you're sending them the listings that best match their home search criteria. Another landing page you do have is very similar to this, except for it's targeted towards renters. Now this is only applicable in Ontario right now, as I know a lot of other provinces do not list rentals on MLS. So in Ontario, you can do the same sort of thing, and instead of sending them properties for sale, it sends them properties for lease. So all your leads that come in through your agent locator site are fed into the CRM system. So our CRM system is developed. It's a custom CRM system, so we've built this right from the ground up. It's developed to help you manage, nurture, and convert your leads. So whenever a new lead comes in, you do have we get a text and an email notification of a new lead. When a lead is active, you also get a notification. So an active lead means that they've come back onto your website, or perhaps they're looking at the listings that you've sent them. So those individuals, if you get that notification, you want to look into their account as soon as you have an opportunity, see what they're up to, and follow up accordingly. If you can do this in 7 minutes or less, that's going to be your best time to do so, catching them while they're still doing that real estate activity. So let's look at Neri here. I am in an active CRM system right now for one of our clients. So Neri came in here. Our timeline is going to let us know why this lead registered, and it's going to keep track of any activity that's performed along the way. So the second note is always going to tell you why. So this person here used the main registration form on the website. So once a user does register on your website, it actually captures their activity moving forward. So what you're seeing here is this activity summary. So it lets us know how many properties they looked at, the average price, property types, and the locations. It'll also have lead stats here. So it lets me know if I open this lead that they actually reached out to this person one time through email based off of the notes that they've made. So going back to this activity here, if I go into more details, it's actually going to show me what listings this lead looked at on the website. So I'll be able to see all those listings, how many times they looked at it, and it'll also summarize this information on the side as well. So you have the average property price, bedrooms, bathrooms, the property types, and the locations. So it looks more or less that this person here in this scenario is looking for a townhouse primarily in Kelowna, and they're looking for a 3-bedroom, average is 2-bathroom, and price is probably a factor. So they're trying to say, it looks like this highest price property is $444, but it looks like they're trying to keep the price, relatively under or as low in the low 4s. So that gives you that inside information so that you can sound in tune with this lead's needs the first time you call them. Now, what's also awesome about this system is you can send out listings. So instead of sending them up on your typical prospect match, where often a lot of boards don't have the capability to follow up with the clients to see what they're doing with those listings, you're sending them listings blindly, essentially. You have no idea whether your clients or your leads ever look at them. So if you're sending listings out through your Agent Locator CRM system, it'll actually update this section. So you'll be able to see at any given time what listings your leads and clients are interested in based on their viewings. So perhaps you're looking at these ones where every time, or there's a lot of them where there's only one view on the property. There's a couple where there's 2 views. But let's say you're sending somebody listings and you notice this similar activity. One view, and then all of a sudden you see a listing that there were 6 views. Well, that would clearly indicate that there's something about that property that has intrigued that lead. It's caused them to go back in 6 times to take a look. So that's your indication right there that you should probably take the next step in the conversion process. So depending on that lead, maybe they still need pre-approval. maybe you need to get the BRA signed, or maybe that's all done and it's time to go start looking. So that's going to go a long way in assisting with your lead conversion. So let me just go over here. So with your CRM system, you do have the ability to utilize email campaigns. So we do have several set up for you already. You do have an opportunity to edit these campaigns, or if you wish, you can create your very own campaigns specific to any selling or buying model that you may already have in place. Now, one thing about this CRM system you have as well is the opportunity to add a Twilio account. So I love this feature, and I personally use it, as you guys are my leads. So I use our system slightly different than you guys, but overall, you know, the only thing really that's missing is the fact that none of you guys look at listings. You're all just signing up for demos and whatnot. So the SMS system allows you to keep all communication in one dashboard. So it'll also allow you to send out mass text messages, so you can send the same message to 50 people at the same time, for example. It'll also allow you to create templates. So here's an example of some templates that we've created, and these are for you to use. You can create your own templates as well. So the global first response one here. So what this one does, and you can pause this if it's in playback so you can take a look as to exactly what it says. But what it's doing is pulling out short codes based off the viewing activity for this lead. So all it's doing is saying, "Good evening, Nancy. Thanks for visiting my website to browse listings. I'm going to set you up to receive listings by email. I see that you're looking for listings in Kelowna. Is your price range $390 to $410? Are you looking for a townhouse? Whatever." So what we recommend in situations, a lot with online leads, is being proactive rather than reactive. So let them know what you're doing, followed by a question. So in this case, you're thanking them for being on the site. You're letting them know that you're going to set them up for listings and some of the information you know, and you're ending it with a question. So opening the door for them to respond. We're having a lot of our clients having great success with this because they're finding that leads are generally more responsive to initial text messaging coming from an unknown number versus picking up a call from an unknown number. So the idea with leads, whether you're self-driving and getting these leads onto your website on your own or you're paying for them, you want to get as many people on prospect matches as possible. The more people you have receiving listings, the more opportunity you have to convert those leads. Now with Agent Locator, we are following the anti-spam the rules and regulations. So just by these people entering their information on your website, there's express consent. Now, if they register and then validate, that's the word I'm looking for, their email address, then you've got full consent for this individual. So you don't have to worry about any of that spamming. It's also within the emails for the listings as well. So the first batch of listings that they get, so even if you haven't spoke to this person, they never responded and you set them up to receive listings, the first listing email that they get, it's going to ask them, do you wish to continue to receive these listings by email? Yes or no? So if they respond yes, great. You now have authorization to send them all the emails you want. If they say no, then it's going to automatically unsubscribe them, and the system is going to prevent you from being able to communicate freely with this person. So if you're trying to send a mass email, the system won't let you send it to that person because it's not in compliance. Now, anytime an email does come out through the CRM system, it will let you know if that person has opened it. So it allows you to tell if somebody perhaps is clearly just ignoring you. So like, for example, this one here, maybe she doesn't respond to that email. So then you know that she's opened it, but non-responsive. Or maybe you notice that you're sending out emails and none of them are ever getting open. So maybe they're going to the wrong email address, or maybe that person isn't aware that they're actually receiving them. You do have the option of creating tasks in here as well. So you can be very detailed about your tasks should you wish to do so. Your tasks do show up here as they're available, as well as you do have a calendar. One thing I should mention is you do have the ability to sync your account with Gmail as well. You can send emails out through Gmail. You can also view your full calendar here. And of course, making notes and calls is always recommended. Tags is also another great feature to be able to easily sort your leads with the click of a button. You get to create your own tags, catered to your business and what you would find you commonly want to sort any leads or clients for. So maybe your past clients that you want to sort, or maybe people that have opted in to receive your newsletter, things like that, where you find you may want to reach out to a specific audience all at once or apply certain tasks to those individuals. Sorting leads with AgentLocator CRM is fairly easy and quick to do to ensure you're not spending too much time trying to do something that's simple that shouldn't take you a lot of time. So there's various ways to sort your leads here based off of their last activity. So you can actually see who's the most recently active, whether they're receiving listings or on your website. You can then add additional filter items. So different filter items you can choose by the city. Maybe if they're a valid lead, who the main agent, so if you're the primary agent here in the CRM system, maybe you want to find one of your buyer agents, all their leads, you can do that easily. And then one of those there is the tag. So tagging is, as I mentioned, a great way. And so if you're looking to do the tag, I'm just going to select like I want all these buyers. So I'm going to pretend these buyers are all getting listings. But you can select multiple. You don't have to have you don't have to do it one by one by one. So once you select the tags that you want, all you would do is apply your filters, and there you go. You've got all the leads in front of you. You got 47 of them that have that tag as being buyer. Now, what if those buyers were receiving listings and you were pressed for time one day and you just wanted to touch base to make sure that they're happy, satisfied, if they have any questions and so on. So now if you wanted to, you can select individual agents, or leads rather, or select all of them. You can select all of them here as well. Then you can apply a mass action. So now you can either send all those people a mass email, send them a mass text message, apply a task, so maybe you apply a task so that you have to follow up with all those people the following day, or assign them over to someone who can take care of them, for example. So it's really easy to use, and I love it. Anyway, so that about wraps it up for the sites and the CRM system. So recapping your different levels of websites, you do have your template sites. These sites here are pre-coded, so you can still do a lot with them, but you do have some limitations. And there's 6 options to choose from. We onboard you in any situation. So whether you're a template or going full custom, we make sure that it's set up and looking the way you want before it's launched. You then go into your semi-custom websites. These sites here are simply more enhanced, more dynamic, giving you the feel of a custom website without having to jump into a full custom setup. So this is just an example of one of those semi-custom sites. And then you go into a custom site. So custom sites are longer to launch. The other two, the template site will launch usually within 3 to 5 business days. Semi-custom sites will launch typically 5 to 10 business days, whereas a custom website is an entirely different process. So these websites here are done from an image, so we go back and forth with regards to an image design, and then once you approve that image based off what the website would look like, then we would custom code that for you. So with a custom site, you would have full say where and how the website is going to appear when somebody lands on that page, the different features you want to showcase and how they're to function. Listing display and functionality, you would have a say as to how that's supposed to happen. So really building the page out top to bottom, featuring and showcasing different items the way that you want. So you can stand and be apart, different from everyone else out there having a unique website. So custom sites, as I said, a 4 to 6 week process to get one of these up and running. If any of you want a custom website and don't want to wait, we can definitely accommodate that and give you a template site while we're building out the custom. So now for anyone that is interested in add-ons, I'm going to talk about some add-ons that we have. I will be sending out all this information via email with pricing and so on. I don't expect anyone, and I didn't go over any pricing because it can get confusing. So I'm just going to send it to you afterward. So everything with Agent Locator is month by month, and it's kind of a la carte. So we start with our websites, and then you have different add-ons. So what Agent Locator, again, is known for is lead generation. So when a lead goes on to Google, for example, what we're doing is we're creating Google pay-per-click ads. So let's just pretend someone goes in and goes, homes for sale in Toronto. What I see here now are ads at the top. So these ads, what we're doing is we're creating these. So some of these are probably our clients' ads, so that when they click on it, we're actually directing them to the website. So if somebody clicks on this ad, and it's your ad, what we would be doing in this case is driving them to a page on your website, similar to this one here I'm opening, that has the listings for that area. That's what the user is searching for on Google. That's what you want to be giving them. Now, once they land on this page, you do have that forced registration on your website, so they can only look at so many listings before they are forced to register. So that feature, the pay-per-click starts at $300 a month. That includes your ad spend, which you get billed directly from Google for, plus our management fee to make sure that these ads are always optimized and you're going to get the leads that we're promising you. Now, Agent Locator is a Google Premier Partner. Not sure if I already mentioned that. But what that means is our team here has gone through extensive training, more so than a lot of our competition, which has given us that level. So really, at the end of things, it just allows us to create these ads to be more beneficial to our clients. Agent Locator is actually only one of 3 companies across Canada that have achieved this level of partnership. So that's pretty exciting. Now, with the leads that you are getting, so I mentioned 300 to start. So that's typically, like, if you're an individual, depends on how many leads you're hoping to get every month. So for an individual, typically $300 to $500 is what we're seeing that people will spend. Now, if you're a team that you're looking to distribute these leads out, $300 to $500 might not cut it, just depending on where you are. So to give you an example, the leads in Toronto convert at approximately $9. So with the $300, you're getting roughly 25 leads on average. So 25, 30, 33, it will fluctuate because the cost per click on Google will adjust, and it does change. And so it is, we're not reselling you leads. So there's no standard price, this is what it is, and this is what it's always going to be. It's going to adjust from time to time. So I always say being on the safe side is the way I like to go. So 25 for Toronto for that $300. Now, out of those 25 people, if you're running this for the course of a year, so let's say you had 25 leads, and you wanted to run this for 12 months, that's a total of 300 leads. Now, those 300 leads would have cost you $3,800 with the $300 a month. So with the lead program, if you're following our mentorship and our training and our guidance as to what you can be doing to effectively convert these leads, so essentially all these leads, you're trying to get them up on drip campaigns receiving listings. That's your goal. More people on listings, more opportunity to convert. So if you're doing that, bare minimum, you should be converting 1.5% of these leads. On average, we're seeing a lot of our clients doing 3% or better. So if I do that 300 and I times that by the 3%, that's a total of 9 transactions. So for $3,800, you've now got yourself 9 transactions. And most areas of real estate, one transaction is going to cover that $3,800 and then some. So it more than pays itself off. And then everything else is essentially icing on the cake. So and anyone that is running this lead gen program with us, we will onboard you. We want to make sure that you fully understand from when you get the lead in, the steps and the processes that you need to take moving forward in order to be able to effectively convert those leads. So that is the pay-per-click aspect. Now, another feature that we have with Agent Locator is tag marketing. So tag marketing is an effective way to remarket yourself to those individuals that have expressed interest in the services that you're offering. So whether they're coming in through the pay-per-click and clicking on that, maybe they went on, you dropped the flyer at the door and they went to your website, maybe looked at your business card, or maybe you're running some ads on Facebook and people are clicking on those and checking out what it is that you have to offer. So what pay-per-click does is it remarkets, as I mentioned. So once somebody lands on your website, their IP address gets tagged. And for 90 days, that person is going to continue to see your ads all over the internet. Now, I'm trying to find, so this is a good example of one here. This is an example of pay-per-click. So I went on their site. Once I landed on their site, I'm tagged. So I'm going to continue to see this ad for 90 days. Anywhere where you see this Google ad choices is where your ad would show up. So millions of websites have it. So as you can see, I'm on Kijiji. YouTube has it. If you're in the Kelowna or Okanagan, Castanet has them. Local papers, like millions and millions of websites typically have these ad choices because there's incentive. Now, the way we set this up is that each user that's tagged is only going to see your ad a maximum of 5 times a day. We want your ad to have a positive effect, not you be like this overwhelming ad, get out of my face, it's driving me nuts now, because that's not effective. So once you start hitting, our first tier is 8,000 impressions. So once you start hitting around the 6,000 to 8,000 impressions a month, you'll see about 15 to 25 clicks back into your website. So it is effective, and people are clicking on it. So they're seeing it, they're recognizing, that ad or that person, and they're coming back. They're choosing to come back to your website. So of course, the more impressions you have, the more clicks you're going to get. And the impressions you need is solely based off your website traffic. So our first tier is 8,000 impressions, and then you just go up from there depending on your website traffic. So I wanted to thank you for visiting and watching this demo. I'm going to send over some information on pricing. Recap, it'll have all the landing pages in there. You can go ahead and try those out. There's pricing packages. There's a little clip of the CRM again as a refresher. And then if you have any questions or wish to schedule a confidential one-on-one call, specific and catered to what it is specifically you're looking for, we'll figure out a plan and a model that will work well for you and allow your business growth to continue. All right, everyone, thanks for taking the time, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.